on this, and this is our actually third Pride, but I want to say I want to kick off this Pride with you guys here at the rail. This is 2025 Pride. We're going to kick off together, and I have a special guest today with us, Shane Harris.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on, let's give Urbano and his team a big hand. Thank you so much. Happy Pride, everybody. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Happy Pride, everybody. So we're excited to kick off San Diego Pride, and we have some very important guests with us today who we're going to recognize. I'm Shane Harris. I'm the president and founder of the People's Association of Justice Advocates. We're a civil rights organization and policy think tank. And I'm also owner of S. Harris Communications. It's a public affairs and communications firm. And the core reason for why we are gathering tonight and why I want to begin what is going to be an annual tradition, I'm proud to also be a resident of District 3, my council member, Stephen Whitburn. And, you know, one of the things that I think is really important is that we forget that there is a deep intersection between the civil rights movement and the LGBTQIA+ rights movement. And that movement and that intersection and that history started with the Stonewall movement. 55 years ago this year, there was a movement that sparked an international call for justice for LGBTQIA+ rights. And that movement, the Stonewall movement, is what sparked national and international opening of doors for the LGBTQIA+ community. And even then, just like when slavery ended, quote unquote, and there was continued progress that was needed to be made, just like in this movement for the rights of LGBTQIA+ people. First it was just gay, and understanding and being honorable and respectful and understanding the core context that love is love. But then it became the movement for trans, and then it became the movement for all the different aspects of what it means to truly, truly, truly be in love in this world we see today. And so we are proud of the tradition of the Stonewall movement and the traditions of what our LGBTQIA+ leaders have taught us. Because love is the core premise that keeps our nation and our world alive in the midst of hate, in the midst of division. We have to say that we are going to stand for love. And I think that's the core reasoning and why we must recognize the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall movement. Now, there's things that we agree and disagree on, but we should never disagree on the fact that people should be able to love who the hell they want to, when the hell they want to. And we have to do everything we can to empower that, not just here in San Diego, but across our country, our state, and our world. The honorees and the leaders that we're recognizing today embody that movement and embody what it means in the context of the Stonewall movement. And so I want to recognize our first honorees. First and foremost, I want to recognize our District 3 Council member, Stephen Whitburn. The honor we're recognizing him with today is the intersectionality honor. Because from the day that I met Councilmember Whitburn, you can agree or disagree on policies or things that he leads on the council. But you can never, ever, ever, ever disagree that he has been about intersection since the beginning as he has grown as an advocate and a leader. When I met Councilmember Whitburn in 2015, he was the head of Pride San Diego. And Councilmember Whitburn and I met. I was a 21-year-old Baptist preacher. And I came a black Baptist preacher. And you know, in the black church, I have been talking for years about us needing to open our doors and open our hearts to universal love. and many pastors have disagreed with me. When I came to Pride in 2015 to march in the San Diego Pride Parade, I was heavily criticized by the black church. But I did it because I knew what my grandmother Lorraine Perkins, who lived on Park Boulevard and University, taught me. You, Shane, cannot judge people for who they want to love. My grandmother Lorraine Perkins taught me that, and I carried that from my childhood into my adult life. As a kid who grew up in the foster care system, who lost both of his parents very young, I know what rejection feels like. And that is why this movement became very clear to me at a young age. And her walking me down University Avenue, teaching me and taking me to the Pride Parade at age 15 when I started in the church. So I knew automatically that there was a need for it. And when I met with Councilmember Whitburn, he was the head of Pride, and he opened his doors to me, gave me the opportunity to work with him. They decided, I think in 2016, to honor me with at the Stonewall Awards for Pride San Diego. And I was honored to be there to speak and to receive that honor. Councilmember Whitburn, from the beginning of the day that I met him, has embodied what it is to connect with all communities and build coalitions instead of steeping into division. And he didn't push off the black church. He didn't push off other people because they had a different perspective. He opened his arms. And that is why today, as the council member that he is, that is why he's such a great leader. Because he understands it. So, I want to, gotta find his honor here. I want to recognize Councilmember Stephen Whitburn, our District 3 council member, with the 2025 Intersectionality Champion Award for leading the cause and understanding the importance of building intersectional movements between the civil rights movement and the Pride movement for a greater cause of equality and justice and change in our city, in our state, and across our country. Councilmember Stephen Whitburn.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much. Really appreciate it.
You're very deserving of it.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to grab a picture of
Yes.
Stand there, show that. Show it off. You work it, there you go.
it? Show it off, Stephen.
Right over here.
You want to share a few words?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Let's give Councilmember Whitburn.
Shane, thank you so much. This means a lot to me, and I really appreciate your kind words. Thank you for getting us together this afternoon. Urbano, thank you for hosting us. Really appreciate this. You have been such an advocate for the LGBTQ community, and for so many years. And your words about intersectionality are exactly right. The black community and the LGBTQ community have a lot to fight for. And that is particularly true in the environment in which we find ourselves today. This is perhaps the most important pride that I've ever been a part of. When you consider the challenges that many people in our community are facing as a result of the actions of the current administration. There are many people who are suffering in the LGBTQ community. We stand up for the LGBTQ community, but also stand up for every community that is represented within the LGBTQ community, whether it is the black community, the Latino community, the trans community, the bisexual community, any community that is a member of our society today.
In the black bag, you can grab
when you
Speaker
highlight
on
intersectionality,
the gold
I think
honor.
that is particularly
It's a gold
meaningful.
plaque
It's what
with
this
a
is all
gold key.
about. I'm
It's in the
grateful
black
for your
bag.
celebration of diversity today, and it is an honor to be honored by you. Thank you very much.
We've got a lot of other events going on around town, so we want to recognize these stellar leaders and then get back to partying and go to, if you are going to service, I believe that's happening at 6 p.m. or wherever you're going, we want to recognize that time is of the essence. I do want to go into our next honoree at this time for a special honor. We would do her later, but we are recognizing the importance of time and the fact that she does have a busy schedule. And we wanted to recognize her because she has been the embodiment of what it means to drive social, civil rights, and equality change in America. She has been the embodiment of that. Toni Atkins. Toni Atkins is the embodiment of what equality and justice and the fight for that in this country looks like. And she is so much so, very much so, the embodiment of the Stonewall movement. And someone who has understood the intersections on a deeper level. Toni Atkins is an American politician, as many of you know, who was the 51st President Pro Tem of the California State Senate from 2018 to 2024. She's served as the 69th Speaker of the Assembly, the first openly lesbian Speaker of the California Assembly. Let's give her a big hand. From 2014 to 2016, she was the California State Majority Leader in 2012 to 2014. She represented the 39th State Senate District. The key to the movement is being recognized for Senator Atkins today, who is running for governor, folks. And so she's never really retired, even though she says that. And we knew that when she was ending her term as Senate, we knew that she was not going to retire. Upon her election, and this is why we're recognizing her today, because upon her election as the Speaker of the State Assembly, she became the third woman, the first acknowledged lesbian to be elected to the position. But she didn't stop there. In 2014, for 9 hours, she became the acting governor of California. And because of that, it made her the first openly gay governor of California. Another high-marked accomplishment. But she didn't stop there. In 2023, many of you remember that she became the first openly gay governor and person in the state of California to sign a bill, to sign a bill into law in the state of California. As long as I've known Senator Atkins, Toni Atkins, she has been a champion for the voiceless. She has been a standing leader for equality. And we wanted to recognize her with what my office's highest honor is, the key to the movement, because she is the embodiment of what justice, equality, and change looks like when you stand up, when you don't sit down, when you do not take no for an answer. She is the embodiment of that and has done that year after year after year. So it made perfect sense to me that she definitely deserves the key to the movement, because she will always have access to the civil rights movement, to the movement for change, to the movement for equality, because she always has come in the door and stood with all people in that fight. And so it is my honor to recognize our leader and someone who has been the champion for change. And I want it to be clear. Pride, LGBTQIA plus rights, she was doing that when it was not popular. She was fighting for LGBTQIA plus rights when it was not popular. She said things and did things before it was popular. She has been someone that has changed the current. There are people who walk into rooms and they ask somebody to change the temperature. And then there are people who are temperature changers. When they walk in, the temperature has to change. Tony Atkins deserves this key to the movement. It is my deepest, deepest honor to recognize you, Tony G. Atkins, with the key to the movement, my honor. We have there we go. And so we recognize you today. You come on up. Tony G. Atkins. Tony Atkins is receiving the key to the movement as an equality trailblazer and someone who has broke multiple glass ceilings for those coming behind her. Atkins was California's first openly lesbian Speaker of the State Assembly. She was also the state's first openly gay governor when she served as acting governor of California in 2015. And in 2023, she became the first openly LGBTQ person to sign a bill into law in the state of California. Tony Atkins has gone above and beyond in the movement for social change and equality. And therefore, let it be proclaimed, it's a little hot up here, y'all. Let it be proclaimed by the office of Shane Harris, the president and founder of the People's Association of Justice Advocates, on this day, July 16, 2025, to grant this key to the movement to Tony G. Atkins. Let's give her a big hand.
Thank you. Wow. Okay, thank you.
Well, happy Pride, everyone. Oh, come on.
Happy Pride.
Let's say it enough. I always love following a preacher. I grew up Pentecostal holiness, so I can get into that. Thank you. But I want to say a couple things. One, it's an honor, of course, and to look at who is also being recognized tonight. Councilmember Whitburn, Benny Cartwright, Big Mike, and Mark Newsom. And I also want to thank Urbano because we are standing on hallowed ground. This is the oldest LGBTQ bar in San Diego. And so this is a special place for all of us and for this community. The key to the movement, each and every one of you have a piece of that key. Each and every one of us get to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. And I want to thank you in particular for your leadership, because intersectionality does not just happen. It has to be intentional. For you to step forward and to be that change and to be the person to help bring us together. I look around this room, we have incredible diversity. And how fortunate are we that we get to participate together, each and every one of us, to make sure that everybody has that access, that right. We grew up in similar circumstances, different but similar. And each of us in our story has a piece that can intersect with someone else. And that's what we should focus on at this moment in Pride, at a time when an administration turns cruelty and violence into policy. This is the moment that our community has always worked through. It is the moment that we know we will be even more resilient, we will be strong, we will celebrate our pride, and we will continue the work. We have come so far since Stonewall. When people could take it no more and they stepped forward, we may be in that moment again. And again, I will say, I have never been prouder to be part of a family that is this incredibly rich, diverse, wonderful, and ready to continue this fight. But this weekend, we celebrate. We celebrate our diversity, we celebrate our gains, and then we get back to work. And let me say, I hope everyone has a wonderful, happy Pride. We need this, and we need to be safe, and we need to take care of each other. We need to take care of each other. And while I can, the last thing, I'm going to thank the law enforcement that are here, that every single year shows up to support us, to walk with us, and to make sure they represent all of the best of the diverse community that San Diego has to offer. Happy Pride, everybody.
Thank you. Oh. I like this key.
Come on, let's give Tony Atkins a big hand. The King of the Movement. I was getting all kinds of text messages from people in LA, Sacramento. It was in the Capitol Morning Report, and I was hearing from folks all the way up the state saying, I like Tony Atkins. So we'll see. We love Tony Atkins, but they don't know about Tony Atkins outside of the county of San Diego like we do, right? But we know if she's elected governor, she'll be a great governor. So we gotta, if you haven't decided where you're going on the governor's race, let's continue to talk to Tony Atkins and see what her vision is for the state of California. Let's give her a big hand again. I want to recognize at this time someone who could not be here because he's on vacation, but he wanted to send his commander, Ben Kelso, to receive his honor. And it's our San Diego Police Chief, Scott Wall. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall. Come on, you guys can clap for San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall. Our police chief is among the best in the country when it comes to fighting hate crimes, and specifically hate crimes against our LGBTQIA+ community. I have seen our chief come to our district over and over and over again to stand in any part of our community to make it clear that hate expressed against the LGBTQIA+ community you will be arrested and you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And Scott Wall has been the embodiment of fighting and defending the LGBTQ community and keeping the LGBTQ community safe. And we are recognizing the police chief because he has continued to relentlessly come into the district with Councilmember Whitburn, stand with leaders and advocates to ensure that people understand what they need to do to stay safe and what we need to do to protect the rights and the equality of our LGBTQIA+ community. So at this time, I would like to ask Commander Ben Kelso, who's going to come forth with a couple words. And I want to reiterate our appreciation for our police department. Our chief is among the finest. Our police department is among the finest. They keep us safe. And we must continue to ensure that there is an investment in our police department. I do not believe in divesting or removing funds from our police department, and I will always fight for that. Because they keep us safe, and they keep us all covered, and it's important. And we've come far from the days of police misconduct, of brutalization. They are our allies and our partners, and we've got to do everything we can to continue to support them. So with that being said, I would like to present the Pride Defenders Award. Fighting hate against the LGBTQIA+ community, San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall and Commander Kelso is going to receive it.
Okay, I'd like to call up my colleagues in the Chief's office as well, Commander Nowak, as well as Captain Anthony Dupree. We're all part of one team. This is very special recognition for Chief Wall, who couldn't be here tonight. He sends his apologies, and he sent us here on his behalf. He regrets that he can't attend. However, he is very grateful for this recognition, especially during the celebration of the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall movement, which was very, very pivotal in our nation's history. So we're glad to be here tonight. Chief Wall definitely believes that true leadership means standing up for all community members, right? Especially those voices who've been marginalized. And the San Diego Police Department is going to continue to stand firmly against hate crimes and ensure that everyone has a safe community for all, right? So Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Come on, let's give our SCPD a big hand. Picture right here.
There we go.
I'm trying to take a selfie, man.
Oh, wow.
Okay, right over here. Ready? Mark.
Thank you. Thank you to our SCPD.
Thank you.
At this time, I want to recognize our Pride Equality Honor. Mark Newsom is someone who embodies what the fight for equality looks like and is also another champion for intersectionality, very much so in all ways. Once headed up the San Diego Imperial Court. Let's give the Imperial Court a big hand. And just on multiple levels, Mark has been a friend, someone who has been a champion, who has stood up, who has gone out, and who has continued to build bridges with all communities. You know, when I first had a conversation with Mark about the fight for pride and the fight for equality, we talked about the racial challenges within our pride community, right? This is not a movement that's separate from other movements for change in our country. This is a movement that's very much so a part of the movements for change in our country. And when I first met Mark Newsom, Mark recognized the importance of that and the importance of bringing people together and specifically being someone that understands equality through the lens of everybody. So I want to recognize Mark Newsom with the Pride Equality Honor today. If he can come up and just share a few words. Mark Newsom, everybody. The immediate past president of the San Diego Imperial Court. Let's give Mark a big hand.
Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Pride, everyone. I just want to thank Shane for this award. I'm very honored to be here. And, you know, I was just thinking about this year's Pride. I just pray for everyone to have a good time and everything be safe and joyous and happy, and you know, and throughout the rest of the years. So, you know what I want to see? I want to see everybody give a hug to each other right now, a big hug, and say Happy Pride. If you're scared to say it, if you're scared of hugging everyone, just give a handshake. And that's what we need, a little more love in the community, a little bit more love and communication. And thank you again, Shane, for honoring me. I pray for you and I pray for everyone in the community as well. Thank you.
So, folks, we're going to give our People's Pride Service Award to someone very special.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. You know, I think I've known Big Mike maybe about 10 years now, maybe a little less. And from the moment I met Big Mike, the heart that Big Mike has just shines through our city, not just this community, through our city like crazy.
Yes.
The smile that he permeates shares really what the love, the core foundation of love looks like. And there's many reasons why I can explain why we're giving a People's Pride Service Award to Big Mike. He embodies what service looks like. When he walks into a room, he doesn't walk up to the front. He doesn't get in front of the cameras. He doesn't get in front of other people. He doesn't need to be the speaker. And he'll always remind you that he does not need to be in front of the room. Y'all, some of y'all know Big Mike, you know, right? Big Mike understands what leading from the back truly looks like. And you need everybody in the room. You need the person in the back just as much as you need the person in the front. You need the person on the side just as much as the person on the other side. Everyone is contributing. Big Mike is not afraid to pick up his camera if he needs to. He's not afraid to show up if he needs to. I've seen him do it for kids in inner parts of our city who do not have toys on Christmas. I've seen him do it for people in our community in which he was there for them, and there was no news cameras, there was no news, it did not make the news, but he was there for the community. Big Mike is truly, truly the embodiment of what service looks like.
Yes.
And I wanted Big Mike to know that if no one else will recognize him in a special way, that I love him and I appreciate him and all that he does in our community and in our city.
It's got the key to the community.
Give key to the community. So it is my pleasure to introduce the People's Pride Service Award to what is the embodiment, who is the embodiment of true service, true love, true courage. Someone who embodies pride. Some people yell, I'm pride. And some people embody pride. Big Mike embodies that love that pride teaches us about. Showing up, serving, being of service, doing what you can to help when you can. And you know you can't help everybody. But Big Mike still tries to help everybody. even when he's tired. Even when he don't feel like getting up. And I know there's some days he don't feel like getting up. But he does it consistently and has done it consistently in San Diego for decades. So my friends, it is my honor to give the People's Pride Service Award for Pride Weekend to our brother, Big Mike. Come on everybody, give Big Mike a hand.
I didn't know I was going to have to talk, so is dirty jokes okay? No, I'm just kidding. Yes. No. First of all, thank you, Shane. This is a wonderful honor. I appreciate it. I can't believe I moved here 35 years ago in August, and from that time, learning about Stonewall and seeing the times when police officers were attacking us, to you, awarding them for their achievements in keeping the whole city safe, including the gay community. So thank you very much for being here. And for me to be back here working in the bar that I started in 1989 with two amazing young new owners, bringing back the brass rail to alive again, so we can show more love in this community as an organization that has always catered to the gay community, but is always welcoming to all. But I do love this community. It wouldn't be a good community if we didn't have the people that always shared their time and effort to help me and anyone else like Shane or Mark in the community to make things happen. So we don't do this alone. We do it with all of you. So thank you. I love you. Thank you.
We love you, Big Mike. And I don't see Benny Cartwright here. But I do want to recognize Benny Cartwright.
Yes. Benny!
I do want to recognize Benny in his absence. So we wanted to recognize Benny with the Pride Champ Award. Because Benny truly, truly, truly champions pride and has done it for decades in community, with community, and has just been a consistent voice and a leader that has championed Pride year in and year out. You know, he's with Hillcrest San Diego, Kiwanis Hillcrest,
Hillcrest San Diego.
and does a lot of work, selfless work, showing up to try to do what he can, when he can. Oh, okay, all right. Veronica? Veronica. All right, well, I didn't know Veronica's here to receive it for Benny. So we want to recognize Benny because Benny truly is the champ of Pride.
Yes.
Benny champions Pride better than anyone I've ever seen. And specifically does it through his innovative events, his innovative service, and he does it when Pride weekend is not even happening. Hillcrest cleanups. Some of y'all have been to those Hillcrest cleanups?
Yes, sir.
I still got to make my Hillcrest cleanup. I haven't made one yet.
Hillcrest Honors.
So
They do lots of-
obviously the Hillcrest Honors have been there a year, been there. Great events that Benny puts on, but the service that Benny leads truly, truly, truly is a champion for Pride. You know, and does it with joy. So we wanted to recognize Benny with the Pride Champ Award because Benny Cartwright is a champion of Pride, and Veronica is here to receive it. Veronica.
Hi everyone, I'm really excited to be here on behalf of Benny Cartwright. Benny has been such an inspirational member of this community for decades. We are so blessed to have him in our community and for all of the work he's been doing for over 30 years. Benny is a San Diego local. He was born and raised here, and he has been in service to the community all of his life. He was the one that founded the group at San Diego State for the Queer and Straight Alliance. He also founded Kiwanis Hillcrest, which is the first all-inclusive chapter of Kiwanis ever in the country. He also champions for people on a regular basis every day with all of the work that he does, whether it's political, whether it is just representational out in the community. He also does a wonderful series of events, which we alluded to earlier. So things like Hillcrest Community Cleanups, where they go and collect several hundred pounds of trash from the community. No one has asked him to do this. He just goes and does it. It's really remarkable, and he's an inspirational leader to all of us here that really come out and put forth the effort because we see how much he cares about the community. Benny, along with his counterpart, Rick Cervantes, really hold all of us together and really build on the legacy of the people that came before him. And so we hope that Benny and his work, along with Rick, will really inspire the next group of people who are going to be working in the community, because while we have gone through so much, there is still so much more work to do. And so this is something that we build upon layer and layer. So thank you so much on behalf of Benny Cartwright, and may you all have a blessed and safe Pride.
Thank you, Veronica. Woo!
Let's give Veronica a big hand. And let's give that dress a big hand too. So at this time, I want to ask that all of the honorees come up for a group picture. I know that some of them had to go. And in just a moment, I'm going to sign a proclamation to declare today marking the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall Movement. All of you are welcome to join me up on stage for that. The embodiment and the importance of why we are convening, and just to reiterate this, is because of the importance of the Stonewall Movement and what it gave us and what it showed us. And because of the Stonewall Movement today, the LGBTQIA plus community and the police can receive honors on the same stage. Because of the Stonewall Movement, there are rights and freedoms that have been fought for by leaders that provided the opportunity for what we call Pride. Those are the people's shoulders that we stand on. And those are the ancestors that we recognize. So that is why we recognize the Stonewall movement. Can we give another hand for the Stonewall movement and our ancestors? We're going to grab a quick picture.
Thank you, Shane Harris!
I don't know where to look.
Over here.
It's gonna look straight ahead.
Over here. There you go. Right here.
$20, make it holler.
Shots on the house. No.
Now, if you all will stay up here if you want to, I want to invite others as well from throughout the room. Please join me up here on stage as I'm going to sign into effect the proclamation declaring the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall movement. Please join me on stage, please.
Do you want to move this and move the table?
Yep.
This is New York City.
Please join me.
Join up there anyway.
Yep.
Who's taking our picture?
We'll double layer, right?
Yes.
Not your picture. Hey, we need to. Oh.
There we go. So I had an official proclamation. I don't know where we put it, but it's fine. I'm gonna sign what is official because these are all the folks that were recognized today. I want to show you this quick picture before I sign into effect this proclamation declaring the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall movement in San Diego. As you can see in this picture, folks were marching for equality and freedoms and rights that many people today enjoy. And the embodiment of why we wanted to recognize this 55th anniversary and the critical nature of why this anniversary is so important is not just because it's the 55th anniversary and we're 5 years from the 60th anniversary, but because of the fact that still today so many LGBTQIA plus rights and freedoms are under attack. And so we have to do everything we can with the shoulders that have been stood on to continue to fight for that. And those of us who are straight, those of us who are allies, need to do everything we can to continue to stand up to those who want to turn the clock back on LGBTQIA plus rights and equality in this nation and in this world. And I will continue to be a voice for and with this community. I will not let those who call me and say that this is a sin to be the final sentiment from me. This is love. And love is love, and people should be able to love who the hell they want to. And God would never tell someone that because they chose to love how they wanted to love, that they're going to hell. So I today celebrate Pride and recognize the 55th anniversary of love in America and in the nation.
Amen.
And so with that being said, I want to sign into effect this proclamation to declare the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall movement in San Diego and the progress that we still have to make to ensure that the ancestor shoulders we stand on in the Stonewall movement are continuing to be recognized.
Amen and amen. Amen and amen. Hey women. Hey women.
Big Mike.
Asexual.
Asexual.
Thank you, sir. Commander.
To love.
There you go, girl.
And there it is, the 55th anniversary of the Stonewall Movement. Happy Pride, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shane.
And that concludes our ceremony. Thank you, Urbano. Let's give Urbano a big hand.